So first of all, I would like to know from you that tell me about yourself, and then we will move toward the discussion.
Okay. Hi, sir. My name is Vishal, and as I told you, I'm from Maharashtra. Recently, I live in Mumbai city, and here is one city where I am living. It is called Kalwa city. And if I talk about my qualification, I completed HSC. After that, just I started working, and right now I am working in the private sector as a data entry operator, and as well as I'm a YouTuber. So it's all about me.
So nice, brothers. So let me also explain myself. Okay. So
All
I
right.
am MD and I have completed my engineering from Haryana. And as a teacher, I'm doing job in my district. So that's all about myself. Yeah. So as you said that you are doing job in a private sector, is it right? In a private company. Yeah. So what do you think? I mean, which one is better, private sector or government sector?
Actually, yeah, as per my opinion, that right now both sectors are equal right now, because it was a time when we were a child, so everybody wanted to get a job in a government sector because there was a lot of facility, or the government job has been a lot of facility. So each and every, or our parents used to say, you try to get a government job. It is a better for your future life or your better future. So that was the time. But as far as I'm concerned, right now, the government and private both sectors are equal right now, because government sector and the private sector, they are providing us same facilities like provident fund, ESIC, and some amount they are deducting in our salary. So, but there is no any big difference. But if I talk about the security, so security is better in government job. We can find a better security than private job, because there is no one to sometimes, suppose we are a old employee in the government sector. So sometimes we are pressurized by anyone sometimes, but there is no one like we can one thing we can keep our mind that our future is safe right now. So there is no one to what we can say, fired. No one will going to fire from the job. But there is no guarantee in a private sector, the bossing and all. Sometimes we can what we can say, we can sometimes the our seniors, or suppose we do any kind of mistake, so we are fired. It is possibility that we will be fired from the job. So yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you. You know, you have discussed over here. Each and every point is very valuable. Okay, but you are supporting. It means that toward the private sector. Okay, and you compared both private and government sector is nowadays is equal, but before was very differences. Okay, so it's my perspective. I am looking at government job is secure, but nowadays you have to go time to time you have to come. Okay, in government sector, but life is too much secure. You know, there is no anyone will pressurize so much as compared to private sector. If you do job in private sector, there are so many problem you will face. If you don't know, so you will go toward the senior. Okay, and it might be he call you. There are so many problem will be you will be under someone. Okay, like if you become a manager, if you become a CEO. Okay, so you have to live under the owner of the company. Okay, you cannot. Yeah, but there is other hand. If I will say that there is an opportunity you have in private sector, you can create your own. You can establish your company whatever you want. Okay, there is lots of possibilities, but in government sector there is no possibility. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And in private sector, there is so much, what to say, pressure. so much pressure. It means that every time you thought that, if I will not do better, so it may be someone will take my place, right? So it will force you to work, you know. So this is the actually in private sector. So there are so many people in this world, he is very rich person, very well known. Okay, because of private sector, they don't do work in a government sector. Okay, pick up an example I'm giving you. Talk about Mukesh Ambani. He doing their own job. Okay, like a private. Okay, so what to say? Too much, balance, bank balance, everything they have. Okay, so as compared to government sector, in private sector, it's your choice. Okay, and how much knowledge, experience you have, it's matter in private sector. But in government sector, people are very safe. They don't want it to improve themselves. Only the same thing they are doing. Okay, so it might be they don't want it to work hard in the government sector. Okay, so this is what actually I'm looking my side.
Okay, okay. It's really, yeah, yeah. It is also valid point. These are the also valid point. That government, like private sector, we can improve ourselves. We can improve whatever we want to achieve in or whatever position we want to grab. So we can work hard toward that position to grab that position. So it is, but in the government sector, it's depends on the seniors. Sometimes we work hard there, and after they decide, they are decide that they decide that who will going to promote or with whom they will going to promote. So there, and if I talk about the salary part, so I don't know. Like if I talk about private sector, so there is a structure to increase salary. Like in a 6 month, not a 6 month, might be after a year and all. So in a government sector, government will decide or government decide that how when the salary will increase, and sometimes we can in a government employee can get a different kind of benefit. You know that some years ago, 1 year ago, the employee who was working, who was working as a in a contract basis, so they were promoted in a permanent base by the government. So suddenly, the some benefits came to us in that time. So it not happen. It doesn't happen in the private sector. So there are benefits and non-benefits, I can say.
Yeah, in both there is advantage and disadvantage. Okay, but but actually private sector is best. You can improve, you can gain knowledge. This is the
Yeah,
one. And it's if you very experienced person, and very knowledgeable person, you can establish yourself. Okay, but you have to know how much guts you have. Actually, when you do job na, so you will know each and everything, that what is wrong, what is right. Okay, and on the basis of you can establish, there are certain teacher in my classmate, they used to teach in a private school, okay, as a teacher. So after a long time he taught, but finally now he started their own. Okay, so he is earning more than 10 times. So what is actually in the private sector? But too much work hard, too much risks you have to, yeah, take. So this is
and
what actually.
yeah, one thing I would like to mention here that yeah, suppose when we work in the private sector, we can make ourselves like we can put a discipline to us. Discipline means reach on a time and leave on a time. So it is sometimes it doesn't happen in government sector. We can see that when we reach to the government bank and any government office, so around 9 o'clock or 9:30, there is no one. Like the employee are coming late sometimes. So there is, if I talk about the private sector, if you 10 to 15 minutes, if you late every day, continuous 2 or 3 days, so 4 days, your manager or your senior person will come to you or come to you and ask you that if you keep continue like latecomer, or keep continue coming late, so I will complain you to our manager. So that is why we make a discipline, or we can become ourselves as a or put ourselves a discipline, and that discipline helps to enhance our what we can say progress, enhance our progress. We can start our own, or we can work as our own as well in future.
Yeah, of course, of course. Nowadays, government is also taking all kinds of action. As far as possible, maximum people, will work in a private sector. And there is too much actually competition in government sector. You will not get easily. First of all, you have to someone is preparing for their exam 5 year, 2 year, 3 year, then he get selected. So you can see the timeline. Okay, but in the private sector, if you don't know, okay, if you don't know, still you are joining. So there is a pressure. You can easily you will learn each and everything, and you can easily do it. Okay, so it will
Yes.
take time. Yeah, now light has come. Okay, yeah, yeah. So this is what actually in government sector. As you mentioned about the like bank employee. Let me tell you one story in my side. Okay, when I was just class 7, I was a English medium student, but somehow I went in a school, government school. Okay, I was some work was in government school. So I went there for and what happened, the teacher that point of time, firstly he come to the class. He no, actually before he come to the in school, he goes to the field. They started their machine irrigation purpose. Okay, and then they came back to the school and make attention attendance to each and every student and itself also. Okay, once again taking class up 1 or 2, then he goes to the field. And they are looking that irrigation take place or not. Okay, so this was the actually process was going on in the previous, if I will talk about in the government school. But nowadays, if you don't go in time, if you don't come in time, so it might be you become a jobless. Okay,
But
so this is what.
yeah, yeah, you're right, absolutely. Because that rural area, like I'm not going to say, or I something which I have seen. So that is I'm discussing with you, that in a rural area, suppose the field work, some government employee are doing a field work. You know that verification work and all. So like doctors and all. Some of my relatives also working in a government sector. That kind of job. So their particular duty timing is like 9 to 6. Okay, but sometimes they just leave their home 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then they return 4 o'clock as well after doing all the work. And they, whenever I used to ask them like, what is your job timing? So they said that yeah, it is just we put a attendance like this. So some employee also doing this. So I'm not going to tell you like or observing them, but it is fact in a rural area. So there is no one. So when the seniors come to and when they pay attention on them, so that time they work their everyday duty, like daily routine, by their daily routine. Otherwise some time they work like 4 hours, 5 hours, and they just return at home. So
Yeah,
I have seen that in a rural area, so that is why. So,
yeah,
so
yeah.
government sector, are you working in government sector? No, no.
No, actually I am working in private sector. you know Private, yeah. Yeah, it's my own. I'm running my own institute. Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
sometimes
it it's very difficult, to handle, in private sector. Too much work hard
yeah,
you have to do.
private sector we cannot even ask our senior to give me the half day today or continuous to more than one day. That is why. one day they will understand, like, or they can understand for one day. But if you ask again second day, I want a half day, so they will not allow.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
they
yeah.
to take a half day. So it is quite
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah. So are you doing job in your city or in Mumbai? Where do you job?
I do a job in Airoli, sir. Airoli here is Navi Mumbai area. It is called Navi Mumbai. So there is one place, Airoli. So might be have you heard or not? I'm not sure. So
No,
just 10 to 15 kilometers far from my home.
so it's so too much nearest, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yes. So
There
usually I
certain
bus.
there is a certain places, too much well known, like Maharashtra, Mumbai. Mumbai is too well known. I mean, not even in India, in the other countries, many people knows about Mumbai, and Pune is also very big city. Okay, so I mean, there are certain cities I know, but I don't know more than that. Yeah, and
Pune.
have, have you ever visited like UP, Bihar?
No, sir. I haven't visited ever in UP and Bihar. Most of the time, actually, I haven't go out of Maharashtra since my childhood. I traveled in the Maharashtra only. Like there is many place which you know. The Pune is also very big city, so it's a hub
Hmm.
of IT companies. It is called. So and my native place is Ratnagiri. Have you heard Ratnagiri? So in the
Uh,
rainy season,
Yeah, I have heard. I was reading a GK. Okay, in GK there was a Ratnagiri. Okay, something was mentioned. Okay, Ratnagiri is a district of Maharashtra. It's a district.
yeah,
It's a
yeah, it's the district.
Nilgiri or Ratnagiri.
Ratnagiri, Ratnagiri.
Yeah, yeah, it's something like that.
So
Yeah.
it
So
is a
why don't you prepare for government examination? I think that as compared to Bihar, Mumbai's people, like Maharashtrian people, they are too much like to do job in private sector, perhaps, because the whoever is a very big businessman or whoever is, they all come from Gujarat and Maharashtra. Okay, so they have a gut to take risks, perhaps. Okay, we people just thinking, how can we people can survive? We don't have a gut to take too much risk, big risks, is right? In the mindset of the people of Bihar, not 100%, but I would like to say that 10 to 20 percent people who is really do business in Bihar also, but 80% people, they don't have gut.
but here the people who are from Bihar and UP, they just usually do business only. So might be you will find them to doing a work like usually they any kind of business. So it is also part of like you can say they have a gut. People have a gut. That's why they are not looking for a job. Just they take a risk and whatever they want or whatever they want to sell, so immediately that they sell. So whatever it is. So it is so for selling, the person has or should have like some kind of guts. So I realize it. That's why.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. I already told you 20%, not 80%. Everywhere. I'm not saying that all Maharashtrian is a businessman. Not every Maharashtrian is a businessman. Okay, but maximum number, as compared to BR, I'm comparing. Okay, and Gujarat is also a state which is providing so much businessmen. Hmm.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, but in Bihar, you will see that number of people become IAS, IPS. They are interested. All of yeah, yeah. So, what is the